Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Training Thursday edition of the Cabral Concept. Love being back here talking about health, exercise, fitness, and today, my new favorite program and workout program, that is, and why. This is something I've now been doing for about 2 months, and I've really settled into it as my favorite program. Here's why. I'll share with you why, but just yesterday on the show, I also talked to you about my favorite form of intermittent fasting. Now, before I did that, though, I gave you the 5 most popular forms, and that is because my way doesn't have to be your way. But what I gave you was a basis point, a foundation for choosing what could work really well for you. Because the thing is this, is that a lot of people are adopting practices and programs and diets that are not actually healthy for the long run. They can be fine in the moment to overcome something or just to experiment with, but not something that you want to use for a long period of time. And I'll kind of be talking about that on today's show as well. So you probably heard maybe about like 4 months ago, me talking about a new goal, new program. I want to put on, it was about 8 pounds of muscle without really adding too much body fat at all. Well, I was doing all of that. Things were going well. I had put on about 4.5 pounds of that 7 to 8 pounds. Believe it or not, I actually got leaner in that process, which is why, again, I can't recommend enough strength training for most people. Lifting weights, boosting your metabolism, and trust me, you're going to be able to lose the body fat to a larger degree from that alone. But that's not the only thing you should do. We'll talk about that today. So all of that's going well, and then all of a sudden, I got the virus. I'm not going to actually name the virus. We all know the virus, but because I really choose and hope not to continue to get censored. And the censorship means this. They simply show my video to less people. They show my Instagram post to less people, and then nobody ever sees it. So we're trying to do less of that, especially that's not what today's show is all about. But that basically, I was sick for 3 or 4 days. I've shared this before, and then I had fatigue for the next week or so. So I took about 2 weeks off, got back into it. And as I was getting back into it, I had already felt the effects from that previous program I was doing, and it was working. There's no doubt about it. So I want to share that with you right now. But then also why I made the switch. So when I was putting on that muscle and I was actually losing body fat at the same time, a nice little side effect there of doing increased strength training, I was doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday strength training workouts. And then on the weekend, one day in the weekend, I was doing cardio. The cardio could be running, it could be biking, or it could be a pool swim. But it was cardio for 20 to 30 minutes. And that was it. That was my workout. Wednesdays off, Sundays off. That was essentially my workout program. And it was working. There was no doubt about it. I was making sure that I increased my calories. I talked about that on that previous show. I will find that for you. I don't actually know the number of it, but it was about 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago. Today's podcast is episode 2134. So stephencabral.com/2134 will be all of today's show notes, and I'll definitely link up that show as well. So my workouts were taking about 40 minutes, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I was basically doing splits. So Monday would be predominantly more of like not a bodybuilding split. That certainly wasn't it, but it was more upper body based, mainly chest and back. Then the next day was going to be some push movements for shoulders as well as legs, day off. And then I would essentially repeat that pattern with Friday being a little bit more of a full body rather than a split. So I could get some arms in there because, who doesn't like to work their arms a bit? And then it would be less legs because I would have one heavy leg day on Tuesdays. So here's what I found with that program. And I really did like it, and I was getting great results. Now, I loved it because I was getting great results. However, those two, because every day was a big workout. It's not like I was doing, this is just a small recovery workout. No, every day was a real workout. Now, I got away with, I definitely did workouts just like this when I was in college. There's no doubt about it. They would be about 6 exercises, and it'd be somewhere around 18 to 20 sets or so. And I would do that, back to back. So it'd be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, probably in college as well, because I was following a normal split. And I actually worked out on the weekends one day as well. So that was back then, that was 20 years ago. So what I'm looking at right now is this. I was actually getting more inflammation from that second workout. So meaning by the time my second program was done, my second workout was done, my body was definitely feeling a little bit more inflamed. Doing 40 sets, it'd be 40 sets in 2 days, right? 20 sets in each day. It just wasn't the best for my body in terms of overall recovery. So, what did I feel? Well, no joint pain, no issues like that. Was sleeping great, but what I found was this. I needed extra sleep for recovery, meaning like I allow my body to wake up when it needs to and wants to, but I have a set time. I like to wake up at 5:30, but I don't let myself sleep past 6. So essentially my wake light will go off at that time. But I found myself then sleeping till 6, going to bed still at my normal time, 9:30, 10 o'clock or so at night. So I was needing that little bit extra sleep. I definitely increased hunger. There's no doubt about that. That wasn't a bad thing because I'm trying to then consume more calories so that I can put on muscle. So that was not abnormal. But just a little greater sense of fatigue at the end of the day, which is not normal for me. I usually have lots of energy. And I had energy then, but definitely by the end of the day, I was definitely starting to feel more tired. And overall, I could just feel the body feeling a little bit slower, meaning I don't know if you get this at all, but when you're moving around your everyday movements, it's just you're thinking about it, right? And I'm not used to thinking about my everyday movements and being a little bit more tired going through my typical day, just in terms of exercise and output. So I didn't love that part, but again, I was getting the results. I was still feeling good. Everything's good. So I continued on with it. But then once I got the fire, I said, you know what? I'm easing back into it and I'm going to do every other day. So that's exactly what I did. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I said, well, you know what? This feels really good. And this is not difficult, right? So for me, I keep going back to the mindset. I have short-term goals. Sure, I'd like to put on a little bit more muscle. I'm not against that. Do I need to? No, I absolutely don't, because it's no longer a goal of mine. I weigh about 30 pounds less than I did when I was in my early 20s. And that was 30 pounds of muscle. But do I care to have that much muscle more on my body? No, again, I really don't. I just want to be in shape. I want to feel healthy. I want to have energy. So what did I do? I reassessed. I said, okay, what's most important to me? Most important to me is having energy in mind and body for my family and for my work. That's it. That's what's most important to me, without a doubt. So I said, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday it is. It's going great. So that's what I was doing. So Monday essentially is my upper body based day. Tuesday is going to be, I'll get to that in a minute. My strength training then on Wednesday is going to be legs. And then on Friday, it's going to be upper body again, but more focused on shoulders and more shoulders, some back, some chest, pull muscles than it is going to be on my Monday, which is going to be more heavier chest, back, etc. And again, this is not the only program that you can do. Full body workouts are fantastic, and I definitely recommend full body workouts for most people, no doubt about it. And I do some full body workouts. There's just no doubt about that, meaning that most previous programs have always been that, and it makes it really easy to do a push upper body, a pull upper body, a push lower body, pull lower body, and then some type of core work. If this is kind of talking like a foreign language to you, you can go to stevencabral.com/podcasts. Just click on those Training Thursday shows and you'll be able to see those previous shows. But here's what I did. So I said, okay, I still wouldn't mind putting on a little bit more muscle, no doubt about it, but it's not my number one goal. And again, you have to sometimes reassess your goals. My goal is lots of energy, lots of drive, feel great in both mood, mind, body, have plenty of energy for my girls at the end of the day, wake up with good energy in the morning, have lots of energy on the weekend. That's number one. All right. I'm coming from someone with Addison's disease. You have to understand is energy to me is that's the fountain of youth. That's the gold. So that's what I go for. I love my family. I love my work. That's most important. My workouts are here to serve my body so that I can better serve in my family and my work. Okay. So, and I do love going to the gym. There's no doubt about it. So I said, listen, the 2 days in a row don't seem to be great for me in terms of strength training. However, I love going to the gym. I love exercising. Here's what I'm going to do. Monday, strength training. Tuesday, cardio. Wednesday, strength training. Thursday, cardio. Friday, strength training. Weekends off. So I said, I'm going to do that then for the foreseeable future. What I found was that going every single day was one of the best decisions I ever made. Now you might say, I don't have time for all of this. I get it. I understand. But the older I get, the more that I realize the way that the body can output is that you work in rhythms and routines. I've spoken about this before, but it's again why I can't recommend enough rhythms and routines for your nutrition, your sleep, your exercise, work, everything. Your body goes with that flow. It understands it to a greater degree. So essentially at 4:30 p.m. every day, an alarm goes off on my phone. 4:30 p.m. alarm goes off. What does that mean? Okay, that means start getting ready to go to your workout. Do your workout. And I'm going to share with you the time frames exactly what I do now. But you might be saying to yourself, but you're actually doing more work now. You're doing 5 days a week. Where before it was 4 strength training and that weekend, more fun workout, fun cardio workout. Now you're doing 5 days in a row. You're not getting any off days. Here's what I realized. It's the strength training that is draining on my nervous system, not cardio. I want to share with you why. Whenever you're moving weights, you're fighting with resistance. It's more neurological a lot of the time than it is muscular wise. And I can corroborate this with many people. And that's because there are some people, they weigh 150 pounds and they can lift an enormous amount of weight, right? They don't have a lot of muscle in their body, but they can outlift people that are 200 pounds. And the reason is they have better motor neuron control of those muscles. Their nervous system is greater output, right? That's why they might be able to jump high, run fast, etc. Overload the muscles they do have, fast twitch muscle fibers typically in strength training or sprinting, but it can be exhausting in the body. In my workouts, I go there to work out, right? So when I was doing those 18 sets for 6 exercises times 3 exercises each for my previous workout, it was a lot. There's no doubt about it. It was a lot on the body, and I was doing that sometimes even a little bit extra on 2 days in a row. So it was more of a strain on the nervous system. Now, what does the nervous system need? The nervous system needs rest. It needs relaxation. It needs recuperation. It needs the opposite of that. It needs the calming hot saunas and the soft massage, and it needs the sleep, and it needs the meditation. So if you're doing all of that, great. If you're an athlete and you're able to make sure your recovery is just as great, and of course you're younger, then you heal faster. There's just, again, there's a methodology to this that you don't really understand until you might get into your later 30s or 40s, that you just don't recover as quickly. You can still lift the same weights. I lift the same weights. It's not that I can't. It's just the recovery becomes a little less. Now, can I recover? Of course. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but you decide on what's best for your body. If you have children, you might be getting less sleep. If you're like me, with an incontinent French bulldog who needs to go out sometimes during the middle of the night, not conducive to the greatest sleep, right? So again, we have other challenges sometimes in life that doesn't allow for the greatest or the best recuperation that we can. But what I found was this: the cardio on the in-between days acts as not only essentially a day off, but it actually acts to help me recuperate. I feel like I recuperate faster as long as I don't overdo the cardio to my strength training workouts. So what do? I do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And this is not back-breaking work by any means. I do the entire time, I'm doing nasal breathing, so meaning I'm doing my running with the mouth closed. You can mouth tape if you want, or just keep your mouth closed. And that helps tremendously for oxygenating the tissues of the body. You would think that it doesn't, that it actually works in reverse, but definitely check out my podcast with Brian McKenzie, Patrick McEwen, and James Nestor on nasal breathing. You can do it biking. You could do it elliptical if you want, or you could do running. I'd choose running. It's the hardest. It's the thing that I like the least. It really is, but it absolutely gets me the greatest results. So it gets me the greatest results in terms of staying lean. It gets me the greatest results in terms of bringing blood sugar back to normal, and it gets me the greatest results in terms of cardiovascular benefit. It's the hardest. That's why the most biomechanical work is needed when you run. Less when you do the elliptical. Bike's a little bit more than the elliptical, right? Because you're not gliding. You need to keep pedaling. Even though those pedals kind of keep going, they will eventually stop faster than the elliptical, and there's more output with a bike. But again, there's really not more than doing running. A close second would be the Airdyne bike that I've talked about before, with the arms and legs going at the same time. So that's what I'm doing on my cardio days. Honestly, it's been helping my recovery. And for those people that really haven't been checking out the research as of late, the strength training research is unbelievable for longevity, right? And metabolism. The cardio research is just as equally unbelievable for longevity and metabolism. Aerobic-based cardio, I've said this before, helps improve telomerase, the enzyme that helps improve telomere length at the end of the cells. Cardio helps reduce cancer. It helps reduce high blood pressure. It helps reduce cholesterol and vascular issues, as well as type 2 diabetes. So those are the main 4 causes of death, right? And strength training actually helps from, going back to my previous conversation, neurological-based issues and strength. So it helps with the brain, and it helps with the body, it helps with metabolism, and it helps with the endocrine system in terms of hormones. So you need both. For everybody preaching just one or the other, it's incorrect. You need both. I know we always like to be just one and done, right? Just like that silver bullet. Oh, it's just strength training. It's just HIIT. It's just sprints. It's just cardio. No, it's not. Both are very, very important. And again, the more research I do and the more tracking I do with biometrics, remember, I use all sorts of devices. I've used the Whoop strap, Oura Ring, Apple Watch, Leaf halter monitor device, everything. And I can tell you that it is your aerobic-based fitness that will most improve your heart rate variability, your overall resting heart rates, and your sleep, etc. at night. So I'm telling you right now, and you can track this. I like both, and I actually do 3 of the strength training because I like that the most, and I like running the least, and I do 2 running. Now, it'd be great to add another run per week, but on the weekends, I'm active. Weekends are family time. I'm not going to schedule anything. If there's downtime and, my daughters are just relaxed and they're playing or whatever, I might say to my wife, hey, do you mind if I go for a 20-minute run? I'll be right back. Literally 20 minutes. And that famous line, I'll be right back, right? An hour later, I'm back. But no, a 20-minute run, that's what I'll go for. And you can choose whatever you want. But let me give you a little bit more specifics now. But I don't want it to be, meaning this workout does not need to be your workout. The whole point of today's show is this: experimenting with different types of workouts, finding out what works best for your body in this moment, and then what you might need to get to. I've just fought it for a while now, that too much strength training, even a decade ago, again, coming from someone with POTS, myalgic encephalomyelitis, Addison's disease, it might be different for you, right? It might be different, okay? That I can't overdo it. I love it. It feels great. Feels great while I'm doing it. The next day, a little bit of just mild brain fog if I overdo it. Mild inflammation, right? I'm not talking about major, but I'm very in tune with my body and have had to get that way over the years. So my previous workouts that were the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I was doing about 18 sets to 20 sets, 6 exercises for those workouts. I've now switched it to a 5 exercise circuit. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a part 2. I'm going to actually give you my workout program next week. I wasn't even planning on that, but my time, literally, I like to keep it at 20 minutes for you, and I've been going over this week. So I'm going to give you my workout. All right, I'm going to just write down my personal workout program. It'll be titled something like that. So I'm going to take you through, if you want to do the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because you want to put on more muscle mass, great. I'm going to give you that. Okay. And then also next week, I'm going to give you what I'm currently doing right now. So you have the basis: Monday strength, Tuesday cardio, Wednesday strength, Thursday cardio, Friday strength, weekends off, fun, active with the family. And to me right now, I'm telling you right now, I've been doing this now for about 2 months. It's worked better than anything else. Not necessarily putting on more muscle. I'm still maintaining great shape, able to put on a little bit muscle. I feel great though. Energy's right where it should be. Staying lean, all of the things that I'm really looking for. It's spot on. Plus it creates routine. Every day, 4:30, alarm goes off. That's what I need to be doing. I'm going to start to get into my workout. And the nice thing is I've shaved 10 to 15 minutes off my workout, and that's what I'm going to share with you next week. So basically, same results, less time, feeling even better. All right. So today's takeaway: you will be able to find the right program for you, but it's going to take experimentation, which means get started now. Do something, experiment, tweak as needed. Next week, part 2, I'll be back. All right. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing day. Let me know what questions you have. And of course, I'll be able to answer those on an upcoming show. Take care. Have an amazing day. Talk with you soon. Thank you, as always, for tuning into today's Cabral Concept. I appreciate you. And as a valued listener, I want to make sure that you know about my favorite products, things that my family enjoys every single day. I try to introduce you to those, to functional medicine-based lab testing that you can do right at home, like I do for my children with food sensitivity tests, or minerals and metals tests, or heavy metals, and so much more. But also, I like to share with you some of the fun things that we do as well. One of those is enjoying a superfood chocolate bar every now and again. My daughters love these superfood chocolate bars, and so does my wife. The nice thing is, these are just 90 calories, but what it does is it substitutes for some of that other dark chocolate or chocolate bars that you might be eating that don't necessarily contain all of the antioxidants and superfoods that you could be getting. So now you can actually satisfy that sweet tooth while doing something healthy for your body as well. And that is exactly why we formulated and created these superfood chocolate bars. And that's really what they are. They're a single serving, individually wrapped, so you can actually partition how many you're going to have. That enables you to get all of the healthy antioxidants of apples, chocolate, cherry, and raspberry. Really, it tastes like a cherry chocolate bar. Or raspberry chocolate bar. If that's something that you enjoy, we are giving them away right now for free. But not just one, we're giving the entire box away. So that means you get 9 superfood chocolate bars with all qualifying orders right now over at Equalife. If you've never tried them before, you absolutely have to check them out. So whether you buy them individually or you actually get a free box sent to you, we would love to do that. Head on over to StephenCabral.com/shop. StephenCabral.com/shop. That will take you right over to these superfood chocolate bar offer page, and you'll be able to see if you qualify for your free box. Thanks so much. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.